Hello, welcome back to Level Up Show once again. It's me, Panda, and like always, I have Lemur with me as always. In today's show, we're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy. It was a state of play. Make sure I say that right again. That came out. A full blown gameplay trailer came out on everything that Hogwarts Legacy encompasses. Yet I want to dip our toes a bit into. I don't know if any of you guys have heard. There's a new Digimon game on the horizon called Digimon Survive. I believe, please don't quote me, that it's only a Nintendo Switch game. It's going to be only a Nintendo Switch. It might be PlayStation 2, but I've heard it's only going to be Nintendo Switch. But I have a feeling it may be PlayStation 2.
I thought we talked about Digimon Survive
We
before.
talked about Digimon Survive, but there was like a sort of like cinema trailer. There's an actual teaser trailer that's actually that we could see some of the actual Digimon from the teaser trailer. So we're gonna talk about a little bit like that, what Digimons, kind of Digimons that we'd like to see, some Digimons that or what they're hoping to be, what Digimons we would use. I think there might be like a team going, kind of like the other Digimon game that we were playing that we kind of just stopped. Digimon Cyber Sleuth, that's what it was. Yeah, we played that for a little bit. So similar to that, but I think this is going to be a style of XCOM. I've seen a little bit of gameplay that was leaked in Japan. So similar to that, it's like I take a turn, I do all my stuff, I can attack, do whatever, and then they'll do that move to cover, do whatever. You can digivolve in the middle of it, taking a turn to get more powerful. Something along the lines of something of
those lines,
that nature. So,
okay.
But before we start talking about Hogwarts Legacy, have you seen all the movies? I'm assuming, yeah.
I've
all
seen
of
all of
them to include Fantastical Beasts.
No, I did not watch Fantastical Beasts.
Okay,
I should watch
the first two, or maybe just the one. I definitely seen one of the first Fantastical Beasts.
So there's a new one coming out about.
Yeah, they're on their third. They're on their third.
Okay.
Called Secrets of Dumbledore, which sounds very exciting.
Yeah. So with the Harry Potter movies, I really wasn't that big into them. We watched the last one together.
It's about wife's very into Harry Potter.
Yeah. So we watched the last one together, but like all the other ones, I think the first one and the last one were like my only two ones that I actually watched fully through. The other ones I like watched bits and pieces here and there, wasn't, because I'm not that big into it. But the game,
I wasn't I wasn't super into it until I met my wife and when we started dating. I did see like I didn't see the first two in theaters, but everything after that I saw in theaters. So I've seen the beginning and I've seen it multiple times with her over and over again, like I do with Star Wars. So I know the movies pretty well. I haven't read the books, so any details that are in the books I don't know of. Besides what
I read the first 3 fully, but I don't remember them like that because this was back in like middle school. Like,
oh yeah, that's when like
the fourth one was like just huge.
Yeah, when the first one came out, everyone was talking about it, and I remember in kindergarten, I think it was like in the elementary school, I opened my first Harry Potter. I was so excited, and I was like, I can't read this.
It came out when the first movie came out when we were in 4th grade.
But the books didn't come out.
No, came out way before that.
Was it way before that? Because it was in the 90s when the books came out.
Yeah, and the first movie came out in like 2001, 2.
That would be middle school. That would be middle school for us.
Yeah, because I was in 4th grade. It literally happened right, I think, before the Twin Towers or after the Twin Towers.
But nonetheless, didn't read any of the books. Above my reading level most of the time because I'm not the greatest of reader. It's only recently I've been into reading some books here and there when it comes to franchises I love, like Star Wars, reading some of those books. But I picked it up and I couldn't read half the book and kind of make it feel I didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
English wasn't my strongest subject in school. Even though it's the
fine.
only language I know, besides a little bit of Spanish to get me by. And that's only because majority of what we grew up was Hispanics, Black, and Middle Eastern. White wasn't a majority where we grew up in. So, but that's different topic. But Harry Potter, great movies, great movies. I heard the books are just as good. Obviously, people that read the books were like, they disrated this, they forget all that. You got to remember, they can't stick everything, like especially like the first couple of movies. They're not going to be able to shove all the stuff that's from a book into a movie, essentially.
If they really did that, those movies will be like 4 hours long.
But there's like little things too, like inside the head thoughts and a third person looking at this in a different perspective sometimes, depending on the book. So you're not going to be able to get all those extra things in there, essentially. They have to make it feel like it's a part of it without actually putting it in. Because it's not like, well, this person was thinking to himself in the middle of the movie,
A narrator.
Can you imagine watching a movie and like he's talking and then like next thing you know, he's just standing there and the dude's like talking by himself in his fucking head? That'd just be weird. That'd just weird. And then here we go again with this next scene, I can't imagine. If someone could pull it off in movies, that'd be great to see. But I just can't imagine it quite in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing. Like Twilight, same thing. You're like, oh, they didn't put all this stuff, and why did they change this? When it comes to things like for comic books, right, that's the one thing that we can relate to, comic books, right? Because that's Marvel is a huge thing for us. In the comics, it's one thing, but I don't want an exact story or exact replica for something I've already read and seen on the big screen necessarily. I want a different kind of story. I want a similar, but what kind of spin that's actually good for the story that the comic.
I like it when it sticks to a story, but it also has like twists of different.
Not versions. Yeah, I know what you mean. Not a twist enough to where it's something different and it's fresh, but not enough to where they completely change the character.
Exactly.
Type of thing. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. But Hogwarts. So let's talk about the video game now. So Hogwarts Legacy. That's what it's called. Hogwarts Legacy is an open world RPG Harry Potter game. And you start out as a 5th year. So normally you start as a 1st year, right? And you work all the way up to becoming the 7th year and then graduating Hogwarts. So essentially 7 years of education you got to do in Hogwarts in order to graduate as a Hogwarts student. In this game, you are a late start into the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and you start as a 5th year because that's how old you are. So now you're playing catch up. So you're learning from other students, obviously your professors. And what's actually cool about this takes place way before Harry Potter even comes into existence. It takes place in the 1800s. So we get discussed. So it's a lot of similarities from the TV show. We're like, oh, I've seen that in the movies. Or I remember hearing about this in the books, but they didn't cover it in the movies. But here it is in the video games, like the huge Hogwarts kitchen where goblins are working in the back. So we'll bring up the state of game official gameplay review. We'll watch it together. But there's things like that. Like it was in the book, but it wasn't in the movie because they couldn't really cover it, and there was really no need to cover the kitchen of Hogwarts essentially to set forth the storyline. But in the game, it's an open world. I can discover all of Hogwarts from the movies to the books and everything in description. And it just looks really good. I like open world games. I like being able to just branch off and get lost without actually having to do the main storyline all the time. Like, oh, I can't, I'll get frustrated, or I need to get more. In Harry Potter case, I get more powerful spells. I got to learn how to make better potions. Like you can be a potion person, a person who duels with their wands. You can do summoning creatures. You have the madrigals. I believe that's how you say it. The little screaming plants. Do you remember that from the movie? They pulled it out and Neville fainted. Like, you can pull that out. Like, just it was in the trailer. We'll see it. He pulls a plant out of nowhere and then rips the madrigal from the pot, and it's screaming at the person you're dueling, and just like, and then you just hear and it knocks them unconscious, and you're just like, you're done. It's cool. Like, I like what I've seen from, I did a little bit of research, watching the trailer. Again, there's not much on the website, so the trailer is in the description below if you guys want to watch with us, or if you want to watch it separately on your own and dissect the trailer even more. It's down in the description below, as long with the official Hogwarts Legacy website. There's not as much information as there is on this gameplay trailer, because it's just simple. This is what the game is what the website says. Harry Potter, main story type, Harry Potter world, Wizarding world, in the 1800s, and you're like, so all these different professors that you've never seen before teaching you, battle of the dark arts, potion master, creatures. You flying broom. You can learn how to fly on a broomstick to travel across Hogwarts. You can be on Hogwarts land area. Discovering the Forbidden Forest, I believe that was what it's called, and all the other things over there, and other creatures that we've seen in Fantastical Beasts is in this video game around Hogwarts. So there's a lot of exciting things. If you are a Harry Potter fan, both books and or movies, I think this game is going to be great. You get to discover more of Harry Potter, the Wizarding world of Harry Potter, and that's what people want. People, after the books ended, people still wanted more Harry Potter. Warner Brothers went, I can cash even more money into this and bring in even more cash, so why not? They took this small book that she wrote called Fantastical Beasts. That was just a little book talking about creatures, and now they made 3 full-blown movies, and I think they're doing it as many movies as the other Harry Potter, the original Harry Potter. Don't quote me, but like, they're digging deep into this type of thing, and I'm gonna be watching those movies as well. Probably gonna rewatch the first 2 because I don't remember the second one. I'm pretty sure I watched the second one. I don't remember it, but they're good movies. So I recommend, Lemur, you watching them too. Maybe have something else to talk about on the show, because now we're moving into movie business a bit too. But I'm excited about this game, open world. I love open world games. It's one of my go-to, because I can play by myself, if you're not online, or any of our other crew guys are online, or anyone else, like, if I'm just wanting to play stress-free, unlike Apex, play a little stress-free, totally stress-free depending on the game you're playing. But just, I had to go out and discover Harry Potter, more of it. So if you're looking for more Harry Potter, this is essentially great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a PlayStation exclusive. It doesn't say, but I want to say it's probably across all platforms. I saw
it is.
All platforms. Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. So anyway, but what I would like to see, and I don't know if it's in the trailer, and I don't think it will be since it is an open world RPG, don't usually see it, co-op. We love co-op. We always talk about it on the show. And every game I will ever mention and we ever will go over, me and Lemur, always number one thing, we'll always say what we want to see because we like doing it. Co-op. I want more games where I get to play with my friends, not necessarily against other people and stressing over if they're cheating, or why are you killing me through a small window, or why did I just blow up?
Mm-hmm.
I want to play against a video game that video games creators create with my friends.
Yeah.
And I want to go against that game with my friend. Two brains is better than one, right? Type of thing. So I want more co-op games. Lemur, for sure, wants more co-op games so he can yell at me about bum rushing people. Because sometimes
right now you're yelling at me in Apex for going by myself.
You play my style in Apex. That's what you do. But we digress. So I'm gonna pull up the trailer. We're gonna watch it. We'll commentate a bit, why it's playing, type of thing. You think faces up, faces down, up,
Faces
down, up, down, up, down,
faces down,
faces down. We'll erase our faces so you guys don't have to look at it. All right. So this is the Harry Potter. Sorry, Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously, Warner Brother Games. Never heard of this company, though. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Portkey Games and Wizarding World. Man, J.K. Rowling is rolling in royalty dough.
Yeah. I actually like the role. I actually like the detail in this game so far.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Turn this down a bit. That was kind of loud. All right. So, like, tons of creatures. You got dragons, goblins, a tentacle-looking horn creature.
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
It just seems like in the wizarding world, someone's always threatening the way of life.
Wizard you want to be.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's what I want. Full
When you arrive at
customization.
Hogwarts,
Almost,
you will be sorted into
just
one of the
about full
4 Hogwarts
customization of your
houses:
character. Make it
Gryffindor,
however you want to look
Hufflepuff,
like.
Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. After you settle into your dormitory,
Oh, you can actually pick
your
the
housemate
house you
in
want.
the room.
I don't
will
know if
then
you
need
get to
attend
pick. I'm
classes,
hoping you
and
do.
you do have some catching up to do.
It'd be cooler
as
if
were
you had a
starting
set of
Hogwarts late
questions.
as a
You had to
fifth year.
answer.
So you
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, you
You'll begin your
belong
studies
to
attending
Ravenclaw. And you're
charms,
just like,
defense
no.
against the dark arts, herbology, and potions classes, to
I'm sure
name
you
a
can just
few.
pick it.
Ah, hello.
Class, please welcome the newest pros in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Chant. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Doodling.
You may begin.
I kind of like the style of how they're doing the
Potions
The
is one of
wand
the most
combatives?
challenging and hazardous
Yeah.
subjects taught at this school.
Here, you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets.
Hey, but there's just so
and
much.
mysteries.
Seems like there's so much to do in this game.
You'll
You go to your
discover
classes,
dungeons and
right?
secret passageways,
Discover secrets in between classes and at
as
night
well as
through
challenging
Hogwarts.
puzzles that will
At
require
some point
magical
in this
skill
in
and a
this
clever mind
in
to
this
solve.
gameplay trailer, you see that you can go outside of Hogwarts Castle.
You may even find yourself
the
in
surrounding
iconic
areas, and
locations
even the
you've never been
town
able to explore before.
that's nearby, and go in there to help people to get items that you need to rule
It's
shooting
the late
Persians, trade
1800s, so while the common rules and
charms.
classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
All in good fun.
Sir Nicholas, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Soon to be known, will be known
don't
as
forget why I'm
merely
this.
Headless Nick.
You'll come
Spoiler
to
for
know
those
this
who didn't
eclectic
see Harry
group of
Potter at this
talented
point in your
witches and
life.
wizards in
You're missing
class
out.
and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. One's designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own
Oh,
speed.
this is before like Dumbledore and all that.
All before, so 1800s.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
Opinions differ as to how great a threat it really is.
Like, when they're not slaves, it seems like goblins or even elves and
The
goblins
wizarding world of this era
have
is
such
fraught with
powerful
dangers.
magic.
Creatures corrupted by magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight.
Like the fighting,
to achieve their own
I like the
goals.
fighting game, the combat
In
mechanics.
fact,
of
there's
this.
an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
I want to know how
Get to the
easy it
job when they came
seems,
to Hogsmeade.
or how
But all
easy it
you
will be
needed
when you
was a
start fighting,
distraction.
going between
I
each
gave
spell, or
you
is it
a
automatic
distraction.
type of thing?
student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Do you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet. Let's go.
Oh, that's cool.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses,
I feel like I'm gonna die a lot.
enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes. Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
This looks good.
Descender.
Yeah, it actually does.
Roast with
It
incendiary.
like reminds me of like the Batman games and Spider-Man games.
I was thinking
various
that they
finishes.
have the style kind of like
You can
Batman,
even use
but
the mysterious
with
and
Harry
powerful
Potter.
magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes. Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
like and how each spell looks different.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd be
how
good
it
enough to blast each
flows,
other
what
to
it
pieces in your own
does.
time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard.
Skill tree.
Complete challenges
Every
throughout
RPG has
the
that.
world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to
You can
focus
go
on
invisible without the invisibility cloak.
You can also loot, buy, or craft your gear.
Invisibility cloak.
Increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Strong, even motion when cutting your
Oh, that's pretty dope.
There's like so much to do. So like you
Spells are
can
not the
pour
only tools at your
hundreds
disposal
of
in
hours into
combat.
this.
As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow bold, deploy magical clans to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Oh, that's cool.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate.
Saw what I was talking about.
In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions. And over time, you'll learn their stories.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans. Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules, is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've learned that this boy, things cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you. Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear. A helpful house elf named Deek helps you discover the variants that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
You isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space with magical specialties.
Well,
everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear. But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them.
So you got the evil
As you explore, you'll
goblins,
find the world
and then
surrounding
you still
Hogwarts
have
is alive with activity,
dark
wonders,
wizards
and
as well.
areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding will pepper the countryside.
That's a lot of detail
Who have
as well in
stories
the
to
game.
tell,
Yeah.
and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them.
Look, they even got
Them
the
to help
bag
in the
from,
room
like,
of requirement.
Fantastic.
But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
You can be a dark
Befriend
wizard.
new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you
Witch
leave
or
your
wizard.
mark on the wizarding world. Here, in Hogwarts Legacy.
This is actually a good movie. I mean, wow, movie game.
There's a lot to dissect. So you saw a lot of the things that I did mention, and there's a lot of stuff that after rewatching it again, other things that I miss. Changing seasons, rain, snow, sunshine, winter, fall, spring.
As the school year continues, everything changes, and that's pretty dope. I like that.
That's good. I wonder if you can only find certain ingredients or creatures during certain times of the day or even the seasons. And then what I also didn't realize, the dude did Lavada Kedavra, which is one of the 3 forbidden curses. Use one of those curses, assumingly you are a dark wizard. If I get to choose the path of being a dark wizard, granted still saving or doing my mission, I'm being a dark wizard all day long. Death Eater, here I come. They're the followers of Voldemort, and that's not really a thing right now. But hey, dark clouds of travel, 100%. But that, there's a lot in that 15 minutes, give or take, of gameplay. You got the seasons changing. You got creatures, potions, spells, crafting material for weapons, wardrobe. I wonder if you can customize your own wand or select what wand you want. So every wand's different depending on the person. And then there's the whole picking which house you want to be. I wonder, depending on the house you pick, will each of those in-game characters that you learn spells from change depending on what house you pick. So if let's say you picked Gryffindor, right? And that one guy, I can't remember his name now, from Slytherin, right? Supposed to be one of your companions. I wonder if he'll interact with you how Slytherin and Gryffindor is always I don't want you like me. I wonder if you instead pick Slytherin, right, as your house,
and he goes to Gryffindor.
Yeah, if he could change to Gryffindor, but they said he's Slytherin in the game, so I'm assuming he'll stay. Those guys will stay the houses that they are, but depending on the house you choose, the interaction may be a little bit different. So Slytherin will get along a little bit better than a Gryffindor and Slytherin type of thing. So I wonder if that's if it's going to be different as well. So they definitely took things from the movies, both Harry Potter and Fantastical Beasts, and probably things from the books that we haven't yet to discover in a visual sensation, right? Mm-hmm. As in video games and or movies that we get to see, like the kitchen I mentioned. The back of how I thought food just appeared in Hogwarts. That's they spell. They just create food. I didn't know there was a kitchen. At some point, I'm pretty sure there was a kitchen that we were walking through. At least it looked like a kitchen.
It kind of looked like a kitchen.
It looked like a kitchen with a bunch of house elves in the kitchen cooking.
A lot of Adobe's.
I thought it just appeared. You can just make things appear. You're a wizard. Why would you need to learn to cook when you go, spell, I have pizza now?
I wish I could do that.
One of those type of things, So from that trailer, what are some of the things that got you excited about this game?
Definitely the graphics look really good. The detail in the clothing themselves actually were nice. Like the cloak and everything were really nice. I like you said about the seasons. Also, are you really going to ride like the Pegasus kind of looking?
That's what it looked like you were going to do. You can instead of traveling by broom, I want to try by magical flying bird.
Yeah. And then I like that they put that train scene of when they were in the bank.
In the bank? I don't know if I can.
Like
I
in
didn't
the
know.
movie, they were in that bank. Where
Oh, you're talking about in Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then they were in that little train thing, like.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. It must have not clicked.
Yeah, it clicked on me because I remember that from the movie. Like,
Yeah,
deeply,
I remember that. Yeah.
And then I actually want, like you were saying, like, are the buttons going to be the spells, or do you have to, or do you only know one spell at a time, and it just alternates when you're fighting?
It's like auto generated. Like it was hard to tell. I didn't know if it was like in the middle of battle, you'll hit different buttons or different combinations, like the bumpers with the spell button. You can alternate between like 5 or 6 different spells. I said have a combination of a dozen spells to fit your combat style. So there's gotta be a way, because it looked very free flowing combat, and it didn't look like he pulled up anything to kind of like switch his spells around to be like Inferno,
not like,
and then Expelliarmus, and then it just seems kind of natural, like here, and then I'm over here, and then it's Leviosa. I'm gonna come back over here. Impacto. I'm gonna come over here. Expelliarmus, and then people are nearby. Flame back to Expelliarmus again. Expelliarmus, you know, it seemed very free flowing. There was no menu popping up. You know, slow down. I'm gonna switch into this weapon type of thing.
Yeah, it's not like fight, run, blah blah blah. You know,
very free flowing, and it looked very seamless type of combat. So that looks good. You know, what you're saying is you're curious on how it's gonna work to make it.
Yeah, because I saw like when you're fighting, there were like certain things, like certain like barrels and stuff. You press like the R button, and it will come up and like swing or something like that. But like, is that only coming up when you use a certain type of spell, or is it always going to pop up? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a very good. Those are some good questions. So, you know, besides the questions about combat, it looks really good. Like they put some time and effort into it. You know, different clothing. You know, the mechanics, not just the skill trees, where you go, what you're doing, what path you're choosing, how you're going to do it, affects the type of wizard you're going to be in the end of this game. Whatever the end result is in this game, if that's defeating the evil goblins or these dark wizards, because they're somehow in alliance as well.
It looks like you have to. I think you have to defeat that one goblin like that.
The one that looked like he had like massive arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the villain, but.
And when they say craft different weapons, can I craft a sword to use magic?
Well, didn't you see like that one sword like popped out of nowhere when he did that one spell? Like,
I saw like the goblin had the axe appear. The one that you're thinking of, it was towards the end. He took the sword from the magical armor and then stabbed him with it.
Oh.
I think that's what you're thinking of, unless I missed something else.
It was earlier. It was earlier in the thing where like all of a sudden like the big sword like popped up out of nowhere and like threw it.
It could have been the sooner one. It looked like a live armor. I think and he was fighting in like an alive armor. That's what it looked like. I don't know. We'd have to rewatch it again, but we don't have time to rewatch it again during the show.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to look forward to in the game. I didn't see any real downfall so far. I know it's just a trailer, and of course they're going to try to make it look good so they can sell it. And it doesn't seem like, besides I could see bugs. A lot of times RPGs have bugs here and there that developers didn't think of, or there's certain spots, something you fall through the entire map type of thing. Happened to me in one of the Assassin's Creed game. I jumped onto a roof, right? And I fell through the roof, and I fell through the world. Besides bugs, I could see for saying, because it seems like such a massive game.
Yeah.
Like you can pour hundreds of hours into this game, perfecting your potions, your spells, discovering all of the hidden secrets that Hogwarts has to offer in this game, the hog meets, meeting certain people's interactions, stores, collecting mushrooms for certain spells and potions, I want to be able to do all this during this certain battle because I know I'm going to struggle because I'm not very good at this. I can turn my style, be invisible, be sneaky. Like you can, whatever play style you have for games, like if you like to be sneaky, you can do that in this game. If you just like to go in and be all powerful, no defense, I'm just going to go in guns a-blazing type of game style, you can do that way too. Like whatever mixture of both, or you want to be whatever you decide to do, you can probably do in this game. Harry Potter stuff. So don't be thinking that you can create batarangs type of things. Just stick with Harry Potter when I'm talking like that. But it just looks really good. I mean, the graphics, I agree with the graphics. Like how I talk about the trees look realistic type of thing. The trees looked realistic. I like the little details.
Did you see like when they were customizing the character, like the male and female? The guy has scars on his face.
You can put scars, change the icon. You like. I don't think you could probably do tattoos or like scars or.
Dude, nah, there's no tattoos back in that day. Back in that time.
Harry Potter, you can do whatever you want. Tattoo, boom. I want a different tattoo tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's definitely going to be fun.
Give me a 6-pack. Oh, no.
6-pack of beer? Soda? That's the 6-pack that we like. But anyways, it just seems, I kind of lost my train of thought now. It just looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to say. End of this year. As long as there's no delays. Obviously, since COVID's been a thing, and I don't blame COVID. COVID's kind of just been done and said with at this point. Or even, it might have been post-COVID. I don't remember. The last 2 years have blurred together a bit with everything that's going on. And now the whole thing with Russia, that's a whole different topic. We don't talk about that here. Love and prayer goes out to all of the Ukraine and anyone else that has been impacted by what Russia is doing. Or even the earthquake in Japan that happened. I think it was this week, actually. A massive earthquake hit Japan. So, all that type of stuff. Love and prayers go out to all them and hope for nothing but safety. And you guys, survive this and get back on your feet. But besides that, we don't talk about that. But, since COVID type of thing, I don't know if it's been post-COVID. A lot of delays have happened. A lot.
And I really haven't. Post-COVID, I really haven't seen.
And it didn't seem like, it was rare when something was postponed. But now it's such a common thing now that we just let it go like it's natural. Trailer sets, right, for Sonic, right? I don't think there was ever a delay, but let's say Sonic 2, right? There's a trailer out for Sonic 2 that's supposed to come out in April, right? And not even 2 months before, like, oh, guys, we got to refilm and we're gonna push it back until 2023 April. And it's like
it was like Morbius. Like that movie was supposed to come out like a year ago, and they keep pushing it back, and now they finally say April 1st.
April 1st.
But watch, it's gonna be a joke on all of us. They're gonna push it back again.
I don't think they will. It's a little too close. But you know what I'm saying? We've just gotten so acute and accustomed to delays or pushback. I wouldn't be surprised if they caught something weird bug in here that they wanted to fix and end up pushing it to early next year, maybe mid. But I don't see that for saying because Harry Potter is involved with the holidays and the movies and stuff. I can see if they sell it during the holidays, it's going to sell like hotcakes, 100%. It's Harry Potter. People are going to want to play. I want to play. So I'm assuming there'll probably be DLCs for more bad guys or more things to do within this
more potion stuff.
RPG. Usually RPGs get some cool downloads, at least one or maybe even two, depending on how popular it is. DLC, and Harry Potter is a very popular franchise. I can imagine a couple, 3 or 4 DLC slapped on the back end. Even though this actually feels like a full game. You know how majority of the time when we play games, and they're like, here's $60 for a game, and it only felt like half a game, and then they slapped the DLC on at the end of it. That's where the other half of the game went. So now you're telling me I'm paying full price for half a game. and then half price for the rest of the game that should have been in the game for $60. Like, granted, I know there's a lot of work that goes into video games, but don't make me pay full price for what I feel like is half a game. This feels like a 100% full game, that it doesn't need a DLC to feel like I've done a lot within this game. And if they slap on DLC on this game, that's just an added bonus. So I can see this game being very successful, and then they're going, how do we squeeze more cash out? Here's a nice DLC to add on, type of thing. So I think it's going to be fun. It's creative. It's your own play style, however you want to do it. It's going to be a ton of fun. And I would, if you can, I don't know if pre-order is up yet, but if you can pre-order, I'm sure you can.
Yep, pre-orders are up.
Pre-order it now. I don't know if there's any collector's edition, exclusive edition.
I'm not a spokesperson for this company or whatever, but
not a sponsor. That's all I gotta say. We're not a sponsor. We're not sponsored. We're not sponsored.
I just read from comicbook.com that if you pre-order from Best Buy, you get a $10 gift card. So you could use it towards game or you can save it. But yep, like I said, not a spokesperson.
Yeah, that's good to know. I like information, giving that to our viewers, so they can benefit. Give them all what the pre-orders is for all this stuff, and let them choose what they want. But yeah, if we find out more information about what you can get in certain pre-orders, like if you pre-order at GameStop, somehow you get a magical broomstick, not a real one, but one you can hang up, or a keychain of some sort,
or wand,
like that,
a key wand,
a little keychain wand, yeah, something like that. We'll keep you guys up to date, that's for sure. Okay, so we got about 15-ish minutes left because we like to go about an hour for the Level Up show. What I want to talk about, as much as we love Pokemon, love all Pokemon games, it is exciting to us when a new Digimon game hits the shelf. We love Digimon, I would say almost as much, if not sometimes, depending on what we're watching and what we're doing, can be more than Pokemon, because it's one of those things where, like, as a kid for us, and you can say it too, if you were younger and you had this situation, I couldn't choose between Pokemon and Digimon.
Yeah, I love both.
They weren't like, they were like rip off. They said they were rip off, like Digimon ripped off Pokemon, but it wasn't really. It was they were each their own thing. Yeah. One was pocket monsters, like real life pocket, such as Pokemon stand for. Monsters roaming about that you got to catch and carry and befriend. And you can have a team of 6. You can collect them all, like their figures or collectibles. But Digimon, obviously, Digimon means digital monsters, right? We all should know that by now. That's what it stands for. If you didn't know, congratulations. You got a little bit more knowledge in your life. Digimon is something. You got a partner, like one partner. I don't know, usually it's not in video games, but usually in the shows, you get one partner, and you're bonded for life with this digital monster. It's not I don't want to say not real thing, because digital things can be real. And then in this situation, it is a real creature that's just made of digital data that can sometimes appear in real life on the show. In video games, sometimes you get to have multiple, because, in the video game, I want to play with all the Digimon. I want to play Garurumon and Greymon and Vmon and all the different, Warmon, Singmon, Paildramon, Healdramon, all of them. I want to play with all of them.
Yeah. Type
of thing. And that's why I like Cyber Sleuth when we were playing that for a bit. But this Digimon Survive, we've seen this cinematic trailer. They go through and they're like talking in Japanese to each other, and it wasn't really revealing the gameplay or what was going to pertain in the game. It was just like, hey guys, here's a little something to keep you kind of occupied. But this came out literally 2 days ago, a teaser trailer for the new Digimon. It's called Digimon Survive, and in this teaser trailer, I kind of glimpsed over it. I didn't watch the full thing. I kind of glimpsed over some Digimon that are going to be at least in the game, confirmed. I don't know if it's already out in Japan and they're already playing it, but in this one, there's a teaser trailer. I'm assuming Japan hasn't gone out with it yet on some of the characters and the Digimon that are gonna be in the game. So I'll pull it up. We'll just leave our face up on this one, and we'll kind of go through. And it's only 2 minutes, so we'll pause on the Digimon and see what Digimon and what characters are going to be in the game. Because that's essentially what this is going to show. We had no idea that an ordinary life is so fragile and fleeting. Right off the bat, so you have a character called Takuma, and obviously the OG Agumon, essentially the face of Digimon. I would say so myself.
Yeah.
Agumon is probably most popular Digimon because of its chain. Greymon, Greymon, all of them.
Mm.
And it's essentially, when you think of Digimon, that's the first one you usually think of is Agumon. So it's nice to have the OG in this one. You have another character, Minoru. Sorry if I'm butchering names. Yep. And then we have Falcomon. I've seen Falcomon before. I don't know his digital evolution line, but he seems pretty cool. I like this. This is cool. You have Ao and Laburamon. I've seen this Digimon too.
I've never seen that one.
I've seen this one. I think it was in the anime. So I wonder if you're going to be playing with that guy with Agumon, or if you're going to be your own character. Oh, we got Lapamon. I like her. And then you have a character called Shiguai. Man, I'm horrible at pronouncing names. So that means maybe Terriermon might show up. I love Terriermon. Yeah, Floramon, and you got Sakai. I think that's how you say it. Yep. I've definitely seen this Digimon, Kunayomon, and then Rio.
I never seen that.
I've seen these in previous Digimon games as well. Man, how many characters are there? Ooh, Dracomon. I've seen this one. I just don't know where. But it was only one time. And then we got Kaito. The Digimon looks cool, though. I like that. And then we have Seiyukomon and then Mio. But I know we've seen that in Cyber Sleuth. Oh, some of the gameplay mechanics. All systems.
Nice.
One Switch, play PS4, FS, all the Xbox games, Steam, all platforms. So I'm probably gonna get this for the Switch. I'm gonna be honest, because it's cool. I like to carry on my Digimon game, like Pokemon. But we saw a glimpse of the game play mechanic. I want to see if we can just kind of. So this is actually perfect. So looks like you're gonna be with the people, right? They each have their own Digimon. I don't know if you get to recruit more people with more Digimon at this point, but it looks like I told you before, it is a turn by turn, like XCOM type of game, where like you get to move a certain distance because your Digimon in this area get to move a certain amount of areas, and they get to do an attack that's long or close range of that Digimon. I'm assuming if you did evolve during the turn, you lose a turn. I don't know how
that's
the mechanic
fine.
works.
Yeah.
But a lot of hit points, we're looking at my Otismon hit points 1,732. But obviously he's level 58 already. So I'm assuming you can go up to like level 199. And his special SP, I'm assuming that's your like mana pool or like you use a move, right? Let's say you use like one of his digital move. I don't know any of his digital moves off the top of my head, right? It takes a certain amount of SP away from him, like mana in most games. That's what they call it. So there's another glimpse. And then like you interact with each character. So it looks like a kind of like a game where you like how they talk and there's not a real voice. It just like so it feels like a game that I would probably prefer to play on the Switch than like on the PC. That's just me. I think it would look incredible on the small because we could both got the OLED. I think this would look incredible on the OLED screen. I'm just saying. But I'm guessing, here's the map. You're traveling. I don't know what the end result or the end game that you're trying to, what your end result's going to be. If it's just training, and I'm sure there's some type of threat to the digital world because it's not Digimon without it. But I'm wondering how you can recruit Digimon into this. And I'm assuming if a Digimon, like in XCOM, if a Digimon disappears, right, dies, you have to recruit more Digimon to your team. That's how XCOM works. And it's like, oh, I lost Major Colonel Lee. He died, and I didn't want him to die. Now I have to recruit a new guy who's now just a lieutenant or a private, and I have to rebuild his stuff back up. But similar to that makes me excited. I like games like that. XCOM was a huge game for me for a little bit when I was playing, just until I started losing, and then I couldn't do anything else. And but it's fun. I like it. I like this game style. I think you would enjoy this game style as well. So, question. Obviously, I want to know if you think this game is going to be good. What are your thoughts on the teaser trailer, of the very glimpse of the gameplay that we got, and what Digimon that you're looking forward to? Or do you think all of them are going to be there?
I don't think all of them are going to be there. I don't even think like the main ones are going to be there. I think it's going to be all like onesie twosies of each. I don't know if we're actually going to be, if we're only going to use Agumon like the whole game, or are we going to recruit, like you said, are we able to use different Digimon? Like that trailer just left me wondering more.
It is a teaser trailer. It's a teaser trailer.
So like, I didn't really care how many like all the other characters, like, okay, are they like your friends and you have to help, like, are they helping you, or are those people ones like you have to battle through to get to the end part? You know what I mean? But we'll see. Hopefully they bring out another trailer soon.
It
didn't say when it was supposed to be coming out or anything, right?
Okay, it doesn't say. Okay, so what I got from the trailer at least is like the introduction was all your friends that you are traveling and battling with.
We have a couple more minutes.
Your friends that you're going to be traveling with. I don't think any of them are the antagonists in any way. Mm-hmm. And I believe, based off what the glimpse of gameplay that we had, that you're not just stuck with like Agumon as your Digimon. I believe that you're going to be recruiting or getting Digimon, making them more powerful. And depending on where you go, I want to select my Otismon and War Greymon and a couple other guys to come here because it's a 4 Digimon mission, because that's kind of like how XCOM kind of work. I need 4 people to go on this mission to defeat this alien. I'm going to go with it's kind of the similar game style and that kind of similar mission type of thing.
It's probably vary on the area you go to.
Yeah,
that's why I noticed that like there. I noticed like it had different. It looked like different areas.
so
And
this is
yeah,
how Midnight Sun's going to be too. Marvel
yeah,
Midnight Sun is a game which is coming up this year that we're also looking forward to play. Big big year for games. So I'm very excited. So we're on the hour. I'm gonna let you close this out, and this was very good. I like this.
yeah. So thanks guys for watching. Like Panda was saying earlier, prayers out to Ukraine and everybody out there, everybody that's going through some war or natural disasters or anything. Keep safe. Also, COVID is not done. Okay, keep safe with that. It's just media that goes from one way to another. Like I said, if you guys are going to go pre-order that Hogwarts game, go ahead, check out Best Buy. That helps you save money, and with these gas prices, you might need it. But
Sure.
thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next week. Love you guys. Peace out.
See ya.